Okay, in this first section here, we're going to talk about classifying angles of elevation and depression. Okay, so this says now, again, classify each angle as an angle of elevation or an angle of depression. Okay, so we have this nice picture here of a man standing here, and it looks like he has a couple sight lines. One sight line goes to the top of the tree, the other sight line goes to the bottom of the tree. Okay, and it wants us to classify angle 1. Okay, well again, these horizontal lines, we have to remember these horizontal lines here that I'm just going to outline again here in red. These lines are both horizontal, therefore they're parallel, right? And he also has a sight line here kind of to the middle of the tree, which is also parallel. Okay, so it's important that we understand that. Now, again, angle 1 is formed from that top horizontal line, which represents the horizontal line going through the top of the tree, okay? And it goes downward, right? Downward towards the man that's standing there, okay? And so since it goes downward, right, when you guys see the word depression, I want us to think downward, right? So those D's, that alliteration as you guys talk about in English class, right? So depression downward, right? So basically we're going to say that angle 1, and we're going to write angle of depression, okay? So again, angle 1 is an angle of depression because again, it goes from that horizontal line and it goes downward from there. So it's an angle of depression, okay? When we look at angle 4 now, okay, angle 4 is formed by the sight line of this guy, okay, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the tree, okay? Well, look at the horizontal line that's connected here, okay? It's going to the ground level, right, or it goes through the bottom of the tree and the feet of the guy, right? And the angle is formed on this horizontal line and it's going up, right? So up is like elevation, right? So when LeBron James jumps up to dunk the basketball, he elevates off the ground, right? He goes up, right? So it goes up from that horizontal line. So we would classify this as an angle of elevation. Okay. Now again, I think this is really a fairly simple concept. I don't anticipate us, but too much of us having trouble with this. But we have to realize that sometimes we actually have to create these horizontal lines in these particular word problems that we're actually doing. Okay. It's good. Let's maybe look at another quick example here. Okay. So this one we have now. We have another picture, and it says classify each angle as an angle of elevation or an angle of depression, right? So let's look at our horizontal lines here. Okay, we got this horizontal line that looks like it represents maybe like a certain point on the top of the tree. Okay, on top of this little tree here, it's sort of hard to see. Okay, and it goes all the way across, right? We have like this sight line of this person, maybe looking with binoculars here. Okay, and then we have the height of this bird, this eagle, or whatever that might be. Okay, so those are all of our parallel lines, right? So we should mark those as such, right? This is parallel, parallel, parallel. Okay, and it asks us about angle 5, right? So angle 5 is formed by this horizontal line, okay, and the sight line of this person that looks down to the top of the tree. Okay, so again, it's formed right here. Okay, so again, we have to think downward, right? It's the horizontal line that goes downward to the transversal, right? So again, we think depression, we have to think downward, right? Okay, so this angle 5 is classified as an angle of depression. Okay, so again, pretty easy. And we'll take a look now at angle 6, right? So angle 6 looks like it's formed from this horizontal line that's at the top of the tree. Okay, and it goes all the way up here to, that guy's sight line. Okay, so angle 6, if we look, it's formed by, again, this horizontal line right here. Okay, and it goes from the horizontal line, it goes upward. Right, so again, up we think elevates. Right, so this is an angle of elevation. Okay, now what's important to look at here, okay, is that these two parallel lines with the sight line of the guy, or that horizontal line there, and the horizontal line from the top of the tree, this is a transversal, meaning that the alternate interior angles are actually congruent here. So 5 and 6 are actually congruent in this case, right? And it's important to just remember that, okay? So in the next examples, we'll look at adding a little bit of math to this.